Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Reason. Just giving you guys a quick little update on the status of the Dusken Rebellion. I've recently thought about whether I was going to continue the series or not, but I decided to give up on it because it's just not much interest in it. And other than that, there's a lot of related videos out there where you have a lot of different things go on with war and related and stuff. So as for the Dusken Rebellion, it's been officially canceled and I have no plans to redo it, and it's just a pain. But the story goes is the Dusken pirates basically are a group of rebellious Kerbals that didn't agree with the Special Missions Project's co-founder, which was, all for making exotic and strange new crafts and, just taking technology beyond its capabilities. And this group of rebels didn't like that idea, so they rebelled. And what they did is they stolen a first-generation starship, which was scheduled to launch, and it got launched. And they, well, as you noticed in the first video, there were some gunshots at the end of it, so you kind of get the idea of what happened to the crew as the ship basically disappears off the radar and it vanishes for a number of years, and then it returns later on. Well, it doesn't return it, but another ship returns and starts to shoot at star bases, and of course these are unmanned ships, and they start wreaking havoc on the Special Missions Project's bases and outposts and stuff. And then eventually the Duskens, as they call themselves, come to Kerbal and start taking over. Basically they start causing trouble. Anyway, what you're seeing here is I'm going to get a little fighter. This is the Rare Cat. It's a nice little craft. As you'll see, I'm just going to take that, and I did a simulation where it's going to destroy a Dusken destroyer which has landed on Kerbal, so you'll see that in just a minute. In the meantime, I'm just going to go over this. As you guys can get this craft on Kerbal X. It's a free download. So anyway, back to what I was saying. Yeah, the Dusken Rebellion was about, a group of rebels that come into Kerbal and basically blow their shit up, kill everyone. And the Dusken pirates are extremely intelligent people. They're very smart. They know what they're doing. They know where to hit, and they take the Special Missions Project's main base by surprise, and they're literally just losing lives left, right, and center. And then it gets down to the point where they just basically end up in utter chaos. And of course, Special Missions Projects, figures this new enemy appears, these unmanned ships, and for a while they're basically screwed. But then a Kerbal named Andrew decides to put his foot down and says, hey, look, enough is enough. We got to do something about this. So he starts to designing battleships and crafts and space vehicles that are capable of going into space and, pushing the rebellion back. And they succeed for quite a while. There's a lot of back and forth fight. There's a lot of secret missions. There's a lot of different things. As what you're seeing here is stuff like this happen where, there's a lot of convoys and stuff. Right now, the Rare Cat's mission, and Jib has to destroy the Dusken destroyer that's been, wreaking havoc. So he's going to attempt that, and he doesn't do a very successful job of it. Mind you, my piloting skills are not the greatest. I probably would have been better off just to use IA. But that's pretty much the story of the Dusken pirates. Now, the mothership, or the deep space cruiser that they send up, eventually does go into the Dusken home base, and they go down. Jib and his group go down, and they do a number of damage. They take out a lot of their enemies, and they ultimately do an awful lot of damage to the Duskens, to the point where Yeah, just like that, they just blow up. You would have seen a lot of this sort of stuff, you know. I mean, the Kerbin really had a hard time with the Duskens. The Rare Cat didn't fare so well in this particular fight. And that Dusken Destroyer is a very formidable ship. As you can see, the Rebellion is definitely rebellious, that's for sure. I mean, Kerbals don't really see much coming. And that's the end of him. Yeah, there's a destroyer there. It's a pretty nice looking vessel. She's well armed. It's gonna take a lot to take that thing down. So back to what I was saying. I'm not gonna talk too much long because I am getting a little low on time here and dry throat. So yeah, in the end, you know, long story short, in the end, Kerbin does eventually win against the Rebellion, and the Dusken pirates are literally take a critical hit from the from Jib and his company, which, you know, they sacrifice a lot. They take out their home base and their main system of operations, and more or less they just ram the command ship right into the base and destroy it, killing both some of the ship. And then, you know, Jib and and Bill and Bob go in and start, you know, taking whatever they can find and tearing up the Dusken Reliance from the inside. And then once they've done that, they're captured and killed with a few remaining soldiers. And the Dusken Rebellion takes a critical hit at that point. We're doing a second test with the Rare Cat. It's not a bad little fighter, as you notice. It's pretty good. She can take a few torpedo hits, but all in all, she's still a nice little plane. I really need to do some adjustments. Like I'm not the best at this sort of stuff, but I do make really high-tech crafts that, you know, are functioning. You'll see some of my crafts in later videos, but I'm going to be doing a lot of Starship craft show-offs, which I notice there's not a lot of YouTubers that do that display other people's works. Unmodded, of course. I'm only going to do stuff that's it uses AB Armory, and that's about it. That's the only mod I'll allow. But you know, anyone wants to show off their craft, I don't mind. I mean, or I can do dogfights with it, or just fly it around Kerbin for a while and then try not to destroy it. But there's no promises. You know, with my bad flying, you're probably gonna see your poor work of art get smashed a few times. But you know, if you want to see it displayed on YouTube, then I don't mind doing it. And that's what I'm going to focus on, is stuff like that. And you know, just a random short story like this you're seeing here. Yeah, Jib fails a number of times miserably, so this mission, he ends up taking the Dusken Destroyer, boarding it via submarine, drive it back to Kerbin. But then the Duskens come with an air raid at night and just hammer the shit out of the Dusken Destroyer with torpedoes and blow up their own ship. So that's a short of it. Anyway, folks, this is our third go at this thing. I mean, at this point, I kept going and going and going, but I'm not going to show any more of the video because it's just so long. It's like an hour. But that's the legit of it. Not much to really say other than this crap. I know my rambling on is kind of boring, you guys, but yeah, the Dusken Rebellion was something that was a series that I was planning to do, but you know, it wasn't getting any reviews. It just wasn't getting any interest, and I don't think anybody really understood what it was about. But I just got to the point. It's like, you know what? I'm not doing this. It's just too much. Well, there's already similar stuff out there, and why should I, you know, take other people's work? So no, I'm not going to be doing that. But I will be doing the craft show-offs, and I will be doing the odd special missions project, Dusken Pirate short story, which will be, you know, just bits and pieces of some random thing, but nothing that. Anyway, folks, that's it for me. This is Reason. Until next time, we'll see you later, and yeah, well, host your projects, and until then, take care, folks. Bye.